This full moon's about to be the bee's knees. Why? It's not squaring anything. It's not making contact with Pluto, Uranus, Saturn, or Neptune. Look at that. That's right, you heard it here. On November 5th, we're having a full moon in Taurus. And other than the opposition to the sun, it's only sextiling the North Node. So look at you finally getting the break that you've been manifesting in my comments. Now, in lieu of this full moon, I did my hair. Why? It's in Taurus. You gotta know your worth and value, and you know the hair is valuable, right? But this pimple is not. Look at it. It's forming. It's growing. It's giving volcano. It's giving Hawaiian Island. Now, don't be in my comments talking about, oh my God, this is still gonna be a terrible time for me. I literally said this is gonna be a good full moon, so don't sit here and spoil that. Don't be messy. Now, if you want to see how this full moon's going to manifest for you personally, I recommend downloading Astra. Now, not only can it tell you about love, career, and finance, but you can ask it any question, and I mean anything. Where's the money? Now, I can also give you an astrological forecast based off your own personal chart too, so I recommend giving that a look. It's free to download in the App Store, easy to use, simple. For Aries, this full moon is taking place in your second house of worth and value, establishing the two material security as well as giving back to yourself through self-replenishment. For starters, this full moon may illuminate where we may be spending money where we don't need to be spending, so watch the spending. But it's also going to illuminate where we are giving our energy, time, and space to people, places, and things that are not reciprocating the energy back to you. Gotta give that the chop so you don't flop, because what are we doing with that? Now, it is essential to give that energy back to yourself, self-care, self-splurge, self. And what's supporting you? Your spiritual development journey and the universe itself. It's giving spiritual protection. But it's also giving spend time by yourself to better understand your unconscious qualities. That way you don't attract a karmic relationship that may mirror those qualities back to you. Now, you also want to balance out this energy by tapping into your 8th house of deep healing, transformation, going below the surface, examining the darker aspects of life as well as making peace with your past. Essentially, you want to let go of anything that's no longer serving you in your current self. It leads to empowerment, leads to you being in your power. So maybe during this transit, do your hair too. But you're learning how to give back to yourself. Good for you. For Taurus, the full moon is taking place in your first house of self-identity, independence, and taking action after your life's direction. This is a great transit to be in alignment with your emotions and to listen to your intuition. Let it serve as a guidance when you're taking action towards your life's direction. Look, it's also great for prioritizing the relationship that you have with yourself. It is the best relationship one could ever have. But this is not a transit that you'll be alone, essentially. No, no, no. For starters, your friends, groups, and network circles are supporting you with the North Node sextiling from your 11th. And you got goals. Those are supporting you too. You're going to be taking action towards them. I see you. But also your unconventionality, your differences, what makes you quirky. That's supporting you too. Now, don't forget to balance out the energy by tapping into your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contracts, marriage and union, sold separately. Results may vary. Call now. They don't have to be friends. They could. But essentially, you're not meant to do it by yourself. You have a lot of help around you, whatever you're planning to do. But essentially, this full moon is all about you. And the universe is supporting it by bringing in fated events. For Gemini, the full moon is taking place in your 12th house of spiritual development and liberation, your connection to source, deepening it if it already exists, trusting the unknown, going with the flow as well as karmic dealings. For starters, you already know the 1-2 step. You got to set up those energetic boundaries. That way you don't take on energy that's not yours, and that way you could discern which energy's for you and which energy's not for you. I also recommend spending time by yourself to better understand your unconscious emotions. That way you can bring it to the conscious forefront. Essentially, this full moon is spiritual for you, but the very thing supporting you, your career, status, legacy, life's work. You better work. Essentially, the more you show up for yourself, the success will follow, and it'll give you enough time and space to reflect. But essentially, there could be something that's hidden within your career that you need to take a look at. Now, this is not to say that something bad is going on behind the scenes. This is just putting your attention on something that you may not have been aware of to begin with. So it's not all necessarily bad. 333's on my clock. Your spirit guides got you. Hopefully. Now, of course, you do want to balance out the energy by tapping into your 6th house, a daily responsibility and operation, work schedule routine around personal development and physical health. You got to balance out the spirituality with the practicality. Form a routine, a schedule, a structure, if you will. Something that helps you to become a better individual for yourself. But essentially, during this full moon, you're going to bring the unconscious into the conscious. For Cancer, the full moon is taking place in your 11th house of friends, groups, networks, organizations, and the execution of your future endeavors. This full moon's illuminating where you need to take action towards your goals. But it's also a great transit for aligning your goals with your emotional well-being and your intuition too. Makes the success that much better and that much tasty. And you know the very thing supporting you, your manifestations, your beliefs, your philosophy, your meaning of life, if you will. So be careful what you put in your energy and your time to. Keep up with your affirmations, I am, I have, I will. And stay in alignment. Because perhaps maybe this is where the blessings start to come in. Now, of course, you want to be sure to balance out the energy by tapping into your 5th house of authentic expression, building up your confidence, putting yourself out there, shining your light, and not dimming it because of other people's projection, baby. Love, children, and romance will also play a role here too. Because look, if you're taking action towards your goals and you're making them into a tangible reality, you might as well be confident with it, right? Right. It's also important to cater to your inner child and creativity. Love them, feed them, clothe them. And remember to have fun, enjoy life, right? Overall, this full moon could be the catalyst to everything starting to fall in your favor. For all the signs, be sure to pay attention to any personal placements as well as aspects being made. Other signs are in the other videos.